Hi, my name is Sophie. I'm a junior on soccer at the University of Michigan. My club was really big about who you are as a person, and the way you carry yourself and the way you interact with others comes above how you perform in your sport. So it was always harped on are you being a good person? Are you making the right choices? Who are you as a person? And that will correlate to your athletics. So I think growing up with really good mentors, my club had these amazing coaches that really pushed me in my sport, but also made sure that I was growing up and becoming a respectful young woman. And yeah, that really just set me up for life. Especially sleep is huge. Once you get to college, you're balancing more than you ever have before, which is so important. And it's a whole new lifestyle that you have. So you have extra social requirements, academics, all these extra things you didn't have when you were younger. And balancing all of those things and getting the same amount of sleep that you should always be getting is super hard. But my teammates and I, we all live together and we're like, all right, it's 10:30, you're done, you need to stop. We're really good about holding each other to a standard of you need to get your sleep. We all have whoops and we're tracking our sleep, and we have a team whoop where we compete and see who can get the best recovery and who can sleep the best that night. And I think that's just been massive in college. But before coming here, I think it was huge for us to take every opportunity we could. So you would have club practice 2 to 3 days a week for 2 to 3 hours, but me and my friends would do private trainings before, and then we would go do some fitness after, and we would ask our coaches to do private trainings on the off days. And we ended up being there from 5 to 10 every night for 4 or 5 days a week. And I think putting in that extra work obviously gave us that edge, and it was huge to just take the opportunities that were given to us and take every opportunity the coaches gave us to either practice with the boys or play with the older girls. That, all the little stuff and the extra little stuff is what kind of gave us the edge over everyone else. But yeah. Challenges that I faced before getting to college, I really struggled with perfectionism, and nothing was good enough, and every little thing that I did right could have been a little bit better. And I really held myself to this unrealistic, stressful standard that made athletics more than just athletics. And my faith was huge in that, giving myself the permission to say, you worked really hard today and you did something great today and people are proud of you. And my family is incredibly supportive. And I think that my family aspect and my faith and everything outside of my sport gave me the permission to say, you're okay, you did well, and there's no such thing as perfect, and you can only do as much as you can in that moment. And I just live by trusting my training and taking it day by day. But that was really hard, and that took a lot, but still working on it. But yeah. My recruitment process was kind of funky. I mean, I skipped a grade, so I graduated high school a year early. I did summer school from 6th through 11th grade. My first summer was actually my freshman year of college ever in my life, which is great. And I was going through a recruiting process. In soccer, we have this rule that you can't talk to a coach until your junior year, so the summer after your sophomore year. And that rule wasn't established yet until it was kind of my time to get recruited. And so the whole time before, I was talking to some schools. They had asked me, are you able to change your class? We'd like you to come a year early. I had said yes. And then so I was doing that track. And then June 15th, my sophomore year came, and Michigan reached out, and a few schools reached out, and Michigan just has always been the perfect fit. And it just really stuck, and everything fell into place from there. But the recruiting process is interesting because you think of it as this really scary, big, life-changing moment. But honestly, it's kind of rewarding because you get a chance to have the coaches that you've worked in front of and gone to all these showcases in front of come back and say, hey, you did really well. Hey, I'd love to have you come in, and I'd love to have a call with you. It's very rewarding to see your work carry over into people kind of wanting to reciprocate that back. So it's scary, and it changes a lot of your life, and it has big decisions on it, but it's important to recognize that you earned that, and that's something that you get to enjoy, even though it's stressful. And yeah, it's interesting, but it's cool. That's a huge question. Why Michigan? Why not Michigan? For me, I mean, I'm a Michigan local. I'm from Rochester, an hour away. I grew up being a huge fan. A lot of my family went here. My dad went here for his MBA. My grandpa went here for undergrad. And it's everything to me. And it's where I've always wanted to be. And you come here to win championships. You don't come here just to play sport. You come to get a ring on your finger. And I think it's just the most incredible atmosphere where every single athlete that you meet here is extraordinary and the best at their sport. And it's such a cool environment to be a part of. And, the academics are obviously incredible. It's one of the best public schools in the nation, and it checks every single box for me of location, academics, athletics, close to my family. It's everything, and I love it. It's the best school in the world. Something I've kind of learned while being at this level is you change as a person and you change as a player, and you get faced with different challenges and you get faced with different obstacles as an athlete and as a person, and you kind of learn to settle into who you are on and off the field. And I think for me, I learned more about taking care of myself, especially when you're younger and you're kind of going through it and you just train all the time and you're a kid and you throw yourself wherever you want, especially I'm a goalie and you just throw yourself and it's so fun. But once you hit this level, it's like, okay, what's my body's strain at? We have so much sports science here at Michigan. So they have all these things of like, what load are you at? Where is your body like in its peak performance? Like they help us be so in tune with our bodies that I'm learning like, okay, today I need this because I did this. And I'm learning how to manage myself as an athlete and a person to feel my best and perform my best. And it's less about go, 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 do everything a million miles an hour, do as much as you can. It's like, okay, what do I need to be successful? And I think that's a hard switch coming from club playing where it's like, I need to do every single thing I can and I need to whatever. But switching to college, it's like, okay, what's going to make me my best in this moment? And if I could tell my younger self something, I would say that you are where you're supposed to be. So I think growing up and doing all this extra work and going through all of the recruiting and playing in club, like you try and you're so worried about, am I doing enough? What am I doing? Like, where am I going to end up? What am I going to be successful wherever I am? And you need to trust that you choose where you're going to go because you've thought it through clearly and you will be successful anywhere you go. And especially if you pick a great school and you trust that you picked good academics mixed with good athletics and you've checked all the boxes that are important to you, that wherever you end up, you will be fine. And I think we put so much pressure on ourselves to obviously be perfect and be the best at our sport, and knowing that what you do is enough and that what you do and you're 100%, it will be a great match somewhere. And I think letting myself know that no matter what was thrown my way, that I would be okay, I think it takes a lot of pressure off of you to know that you'll be successful no matter where you end up.